Looks like we all thought that it was going to end in 2 maps when Team Solomid proves all of us wrong, forcing this to a 3rd map now on Mirage. TSM versus OpTic Gaming for the MLG minor with Vansili and Launders. Now, Team Solomid on Mirage, this is one of their best maps as well. So looking at the deepness of the rotation or of these 3 maps that we've seen tonight, I think we might see a favoritism for Team Solomid.
Yeah, they might be able to
Cream
they
them?
might be able to
Cream them,
climb
dude.
the green wall here, making it into the 3rd map. Scale it. I think it's as a Helium referenced.
Yes,
that line.
That was the worst one ever. Scale the green wall.
Scale the green wall. Yeah.
Well, looks like it's going to be an aggressive push inside B for OpTic Gaming with Depths, Mixwell, Nafly, Stanislaw, and Rush. 2 of them already falling down from Twist. But then he gets retaliated by Stanislaw. For TSM, we have Sick, FNS, Twist, Semphis, and Automatic, with Semphis already back inside of the market. The bomb has been planted. It's actually planted for Catwalk as well. Sick trying to move across, but Daps is still winning inside that site. The big flanks coming through as well, and now Semphis is stuck on a 3 versus 1. Opponent jumping back out, and pretty much his position's given away. So as he comes back out towards that window side, Mixwell's about to finish it up here as he runs out of bullets.
Wow. Yeah, and Mixwell's right there, just 100% the round, but it's Stanislaw to get the first 2 entries and solidify their place in the site, get the bomb down, secure their money, and a pistol goes the way of OpTic, a well-needed and I guess much-deserved pistol, as they did do it and clear the site out dominantly. Now it's FNS and Automatic get head armor for themselves. Semphis to save his money, just get a CZ, and Sick to meet him there. Now there's a Sick with a grand still to his name, which is pretty nice. But Mirage is a very, very big map, and it looks like right here they've just forced up and went right into basically a rifle default.
Yes.
Not a lot of faith in this right now.
Well, right now for TSM, they're still trying to manage the economy here. Twist is going to be one with the Scout, and what a play with the CZ from FNS, getting 2 kills there. Support on top of the balcony as well, but the rest of OG are coming in inside this A bomb site. Stanislaw inside firebox. He does have a teammate up towards the staircase, and that is also going to be Rush. Nafly watching that flank right now, and they're trying to move in. Actually, the bomb is creeping back towards mid-side. Stanislaw looking towards the CT spawn. He manages to spot Twist and take him down towards that market side. But as Nafly is slowly making his way back up, you still have those 2 guys in the palace that have not been stopped yet.
I was going to say, I actually love this from OpTic Gaming to just cancel the plant and wait for more kills to come out before they try to even up, because they know with Palace compromise it's over. And now Automatic gets both of his scout shots off, leaving Nafly alone.
So he does have that UMP, and Six about to peek out with the AK, gets the frag, and Team Solomid with this force buy comes into fruition. And what I was trying to mention, the facepalm.
The facepalm like this.
Bring that out.
Enormous conversion.
In the chat.
That is rough. That is really, really bad way to start. I mean, look at this amazing CZ control from FNS to get those 2 frags in Palace. And that shuts it down. I was really worried. I mean, I was really worried at first. I mean, it's a round where they can lose and it's not a big deal. But the fact that they decided to just go right into a default and have 2 players stacked up at A, I mean, at least they did perform the Palace push once they saw the smoke come out. Ultimately, if they had more players on the site, it would have just made the round even easier. But still, they do secure it. Got to give them that. And FNS won't be flashed out. So will be Ultimate given a kill? No, it looks like he gets taken out right away. And Stanislaw shoots the player out of CT.
The pistols are too strong right now. They already dropped down 2 players to start things off on this force buy for OpTic Gaming. Bomb planted as well. So this is actually a great force buy for OG so far. Automatic on the top of the connector side. He does have support from jungle as well. Actually, 2 players from connector, so they're all moving in from the same area. But one guy is all the way out towards T-spawn, and he's about to actually flank all the way up connector. This is going to be huge for OpTic Gaming. Maybe not even need it, though, because the Tech 9 of Rush, facials, twists, and now Automatic's going to be the last man standing. And Nafly gets the kill to capitalize it back.
Wow, and it was Stanislaw and Rush that have such low HP, and for them to get a kill like that was huge. Rush just got the randiest one falling off of Tetris with like a 2nd bullet of the Tech 9 shot. And another round converted, actually, you know, back in the favor of OpTic. That's quite incredible. And it's going to be TSM to force up in response. I mean, this is, you know, this is the dance that you do if you lose the rounds right after each other. Completely viable economically. It's just that when it gets too far, it comes down to the team that wins the last, or wins 2 in a row. You know, this is ultimately a game of tennis.
Yeah. Well, Twist gets the first scout kill, making it a 1-minute advantage. So the scout so far has proved to be quite strong for TSM on this map of Mirage. Not so strong when we saw it being purchased earlier on, I think it was Cash that we saw that scout there. But so far, Team Solomid are looking good to reset the economy back on OpTic Gaming. Nafly trying to look for some information up on this catwalk side. He spawned at 1. But really, there's nothing more than that. They do have a boost inside that window. Pre-fired shot from Semphis, but it's going to be Stanislaw that takes the upper hand. A line up there at the connector side, but Finesse only picks up 1. Sick playing at the default box, drops the bomb carrier with... Actually, maybe it was Finesse that killed him before, but at least he stays alive, but now he's flanked from CT spawn. Scout shot tags him. Nafly is down to 31. It's a 2 versus 2 situation. Is trying to make his way inside the site, and it will get planted. Stanislaw on the top of the ticket booth. Might get caught on a weapon switch. It's going to be Twist. He's now down to 10 HP, 4 HP, burns down. And now automatic 2 versus 1. Wow. And Stanislaw capitalizes on that kill, so the force buy this time does not work for TSM.
Great teamwork on that, and the ability to survive after going down a man so early. Solomid do lose that second one in a row, and now it's them to have to just completely eat their loss, walk this one off, and save, giving OpTic a huge advantage now. They're 3-1. They've got a economy building round here. Another one to follow, most likely. You know, loss bonus completely reset, so they're fighting for 3 for 1, right? That's what's enticing them to decide to force.
So a strong showing to start things off for OpTic Gaming on the T side. FNS trying to repeat what he did towards that second round. This time actually not as aggressive as he did before.
Funnily enough, he would have had kind of the same advantage going into it if he decided to, but no, goes down first and doesn't get a second frag dabs with the MAC-10 looking fierce.
Aim punched and taken down. Automatic looking for that long range burst with that CZ. Meanwhile, though, Semphis did manage to take down Daps at the CT spawn as they push down and try to pick up the gun. More Ts are streaming down towards the CT spawn. They manage to take down Twist. Semphis, a fight up towards that mid side, but he loses it against Mixwell. Actually, it was a double peek there, as Mixwell was able to line up 2. And it's going to be a 4-1 on the scoreboard for OpTic Gaming. And a low buy coming in for Team Solomid in this gun round.
Yeah, actually not falling short enough to have to save. Automatic's just the only one without nades. I mean, they've got a pretty decent buy. They have the opportunity to hemorrhage some of the bleeding right now instead of having to go for another save. They obviously don't have the op, which is a severe disadvantage, but not entirely necessary to win the round. Automatic actually gets hit by the flash. Naf knows exactly what's up now.
Yeah, but not really necessary to have those nades to win the round, but they desperately do need to win this round for Team Solomid. I mean, they've lost 3 rounds in a row. So right now, if they lose this one here, they'll only be at $2,400 in the bonus money.
Look at this setup. Sick. It's just in a good position for A-Ram, but has 4 players looking to cross him. And misses the spray. Stanislaw gets the frag after he turns around, too.
That was a sick flash there, and that gave a chance for OpTic Gaming to overtake this A-bomb site. Could have been bad news if Sick was able to connect on that shot. And now they get the plant and the advantage for OpTic Gaming on this post plant. Automatic boosted inside the window, spots one up there. So his teammate is going to move up on the connector side, and he gets a double kill now. Daps now towards the A-ramp. He's smoked out. Mixwell, that time, not enough time for him to wrap all the way around. He moves back up towards the A-ramp. Now he's spotted by Twist. He takes the first kill. He's going to try to go for a molly kill, but what a job by Semphis. Moving in, spamming through the smoke as he drops down. Full defuse coming through. Should be enough time. Team Solomid will make it 4-2, but imagine, actually, if that molly went off. If that went off, it was going to be game over, and they wouldn't have enough time to go for the defuse.
No, they definitely would have.
If the molly went off?
Yeah.
All right, all right.
But it would have been really cute, and also he would have stayed alive, so he would have had the ability to go for more kills, potentially delay long enough in that regard. Maybe the molly results in a frag itself.
Well, Launders is right, ladies and gentlemen. 4-2 is our score for OpTic Gaming. Oh, look at that. Through the smoke, Finesse gets that shot with the M4, and it's a 1-minute advantage to start things off with OpTic Gaming trying to get an early control of that mid side, but it's going to be TSM taking the upper hand, and they will have no idea actually that Sick pushed all the way up towards that nook right by the dumpster. of that carriage. So that's a lot of information and a good angle being held out. The only thing, though, is I don't think they have anybody else back inside. Okay, they do have Semphis still watching that window side. So people coming up towards this underpass could still be watched.
Ooh.
Easy kill.
Yeah. Good positioning from Sick and nice patience for that flash, not just act on it quite so quickly. And Team Solomid about to maybe put together 2 in a row. Quite surprised about this. So far, a very decent CT side after losing that that force-up battle, and Semphis finding another kill, solidifying their ability to win this round. Twist in a good spot to get a kill. Maybe looks for 2. Yes, Naflight goes down as well, and that's 5 alive for Solomid. So good for their money. Oh, and Twist is going to die in the mall. Oh my god, that was super close. That was way too close.
Narrowing that gap now to looking to even things up on a 4-4 scoreline. OpTic Gaming going for another force buy actually here. It's going to be 4 Tech 9s, 1 AK-47. They do have, from the overhead view, looking to work towards this A bomb site. They do have 2 smokes to work with, make that even 3. So that's enough for CT spawn, archway, and stairs. And here's that execution. Perfect nades as they're pushing across now. Rush slightly damaged by the Incinerator Grenade. Nafly already down to 14 HP, but they managed a bomb plan with 5 guys alive. So it's going to have to be the retake game for TSM, but the advantage here is that they do have a lot of utilities to work with themselves. Rush about to run through. Mentioned it at the pregame. Rush just likes to rush. He gets the first kill onto the staircase, but it's traded back by Finesse. The bomb is planted for Catwalk and the connector side. They're going to go for that full defuse. I don't think they have any idea that somebody's defusing it right now. Actually, they do. Nafly actually couldn't put the crosshair right towards that diffuser. They will get it,
wow.
And it's going to be tied up 4-4.
Wow, I feel like Rush got a little bit too aggressive there in connector after he got his first kill. I mean, he got that kill. It was really important for them to gain map control. I loved how they sent one back around to mid for the late flank and ultimately canceled that just because people started dying. But then Rush, after he got that first frag, could have fallen out of connector, gone on Cat, or just stayed at the bottom of connector and played clutch because he was one of the only people with a rifle on the team. So ultimately, with the bomb planted for him, was in the perfect spot to do a lot more damage, and instead kind of showed his hand too early and peeked out for another kill.
So that force buy and a bomb plan still wasn't enough for OpTic Gaming to go for a buy. They do have pistols across the board with the exception of Stanislaw, equipped with small armor. Now you hear that scream. He's calling 3 guys on Cat. That was automatic falling down. And Twist goes to work and drops them. And no bomb plan this time for OpTic Gaming, but you'll see another interesting round coming through as OpTic will have enough for an AWP. Will Mixwell actually pick it up? And he will.
Yeah, defining moment for OpTic because they need more rounds on the T side, and this is going to be a 2-for-1 if they aren't able to win it. I mean, off of a bomb plant maybe, but maybe they could supplement another buy, but if not, Solomid are going to start to walk away with this after being down 1-4. Quite a solid showing so far on the last map here of the night.
Things are staying slow right now as we do have one guy creeping up towards the underpass. Also automatic opping from the connector side will be able to take down Mixwell. Actually, sorry. He was opping out on Catwalk to look towards that playmaker or the chair to get that kill. So that's one guy falling down early.
Mid control slightly conceded by Solomid. Not a big deal though, 5v4. At this point, they can kind of rest easy, especially having ops anchoring each site. That's a lot of peace of mind to help them control rotations. A window smoke miss, that's a big miss. Won't matter for Stanislaw. He finds a kill off the side of it.
Finesse is still there inside the window room, though. You can see from that minimap, the bomb is slowly making his way up towards that A bomb site. It's on the back of Daps. Big flash. Finesse is still expecting Stanislaw to move any time towards that ladder room, but as he turns around, Rush moves out and unfortunately couldn't turn around to get that kill. Now that Incinerator Grenade is not going to be spreading far out enough to take down Sick. They still know that he's there. I mean, Daps is still spraying it. Meanwhile, automatic ops down Nafly.
From Cat.
Yeah. Great shot. Twist finally peeks out and gets the kill on it to Stanislaw. And as we have a 3-on-2 situation. So at this point, Sick is still holding towards that corner of the ticket booth. Daps probably at this point has no idea. And it's going to be planted for A main. Rush also watching up towards that connector. What a shot there by OpTic. Holding with the op on that catwalk. They spot the last one on the bench, and Dabs couldn't actually even get a single kill.
Ridiculous round from OpTic there. Great presence and just getting the opening frag to continue on and to have those retake kills as well. Being on Cat was perfect for him. I mean, that was ideal as his teammates were retaking from CT. So he was the only thing that could keep the attention away from himself, or away from his teammates, excuse me. And Solomid walk away with that one. Now it's actually OpTic Gaming to, because of that plant, be able to put together another buy. That's good for them. Buying down to very close to 0, however.
It looked like at the beginning, yeah. You see, I guess they're going to try to go for some sort of a smoke possibly towards mid window. Mixwell is walking back towards the A ramp. So you do have one lurker heading out here, and that is going to be Nafly moving into B. So I'm assuming he's going to try to go for some sort of fake to give a chance for OpTic Gaming to move inside A, or play that lurk, because looks like Stanislaw already committed up all the way up towards the Tetris side.
Yeah. Oh, wow, he actually gets tagged. Wow, through that smoke. No nades dumped in, though. The execute comes out.
Finesse holding back towards the jungle side. Easy kill with the M4. They will manage to get this plant for A ramp. Spamming through the smoke, Finesse is going to get the second kill onto Rush, and meanwhile Semphis gets the frag onto Dabs, and that's 2 op kills for him now. So that's 2 kills for 2 Canadian players, and the 5th kill for the 3rd Canadian player of TSN, or TSM. TSN is going old school to who I used to broadcast for, and now it's going to be 7-4. Team Solomid doing actually quite well now, finally.
OpTic Gaming have stuff to talk about at this moment, so they're going to call a pause. I mean, ultimately to me, it just looks like TSM firing on all cylinders and OpTic Gaming puttering to a halt. They have lost now, how many rounds in a row is that? 6 from the 1-4? Yeah, they haven't, after that,
Yep.
Very successful start to this half.
And look at the same time, while they're talking about it, look at Nafly. He seems pretty much demoralized so far. I mean, if you're looking at how OpTic Gaming have been executing towards this A bomb site, they've always managed to move in and at least get a bomb plant.
Yeah, they just...
Not only that, I was going to say, if it's not Stanislaw, it's also Rush that always managed to make it all the way up towards the staircase side, but they commit just a little bit too much when they're trying to turn towards the connector side after getting a staircase kill, or trying to move inside the jungle side, and they actually lose the fight right after. So, I mean, they're trying to rush in, trying to look at too many angles to try to get those kills. I think maybe as they make it towards that staircase, they should stay at that staircase to watch angles from jungle and the connector right after.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from that, with those guys dying early, the rest of them could just retake the round quite easily from the CT spawn.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, you can go for very basic, like, after plant spots and hope you go 1 for 1 on your trades. But if no one gives you a kill, it's very common to play retake on A, and that's because if you have 5 alive, there's so many ways to utilize your nades as a CT. So the idea is they push for control of an extremity of the site, and then from there play retake with a little bit more map control, an extra angle or two. But like for example, we saw Rush get connector control and get the frag, but they still lost the round. Ultimately because his teammates had Tech 9s and they were on a lower buy, it's kind of a little bit more forgivable. But we saw Rush get a little bit overzealous with that position and then try to continue the sequence, get more kills when he didn't need to. So I think in the afterplant, yeah, TSM's retakes have been really good, and yeah, OpTic Gaming could probably play the afterplants a little bit better, but the idea makes sense. It's just their follow-through has not been great.
Now you can see it. Now, Semphis is connecting with his off shots. We saw that round where Finesse was able to get 2 kills with the op. This is a round that he gets 2 kills of his own, and then they were just able to hold that site together. But if you're looking, that's their hold towards that A site. But if you're looking back towards mid side, it's actually the op from OpTic that seems to be just strong enough as well. And so far this round here, he's going back towards that same position. Semphis is the one that's going to be opping towards the window and rotate back and forth between A and mid. And it just seems to be good enough for TSM. OpTic Gaming at this point, I'm wondering if they should start focusing more towards his B side, where that pistol round actually worked.
Yeah, potentially. The thing is, right, if you just go to the other site because one site isn't working, it becomes obvious. And so they have to justify that by keeping TSM at least suspicious that it might be A, and that requires a little bit of some resources or a default or an awkward timing to try to perform the B hit. But they cannot just simply pick the other site because one site isn't working. That's going to be telegraphed way too quickly. But I agree. I mean, their A hits are okay. It's just overall not working out too well. Are we into a round right now?
That's
or
right.
in the replay? Okay.
Yeah, it's back, it's back. We're on a 2-2 train, and a nice shot by Semphis coming outside from that market. Drops the bomb cure. 43 seconds left on the clock. Depths and Rush, last two remaining. Rush making it a 2 versus 2, but then Sick brings it back to the advantage for TSM. Rush will have to try to clutch a 2 versus 1. He knows at least one is up towards that catwalk side, or should I say the market side. And he loses the fight against Sick, so it's now going to be 8-4. That timeout, unfortunately, did not work for OpTic Gaming. As we mentioned it before, they wanted to try to work this time towards that B bomb site, as the A plants never really worked for them to try to hold it. And now they just simply lost a creep up towards catwalk side from Twist's good positioning inside that ladder room.
Yeah, everybody pitching in from Solomid. The site holds have been really strong, and even though B was tested on the pistol, it's kind of unknown how well that'll work on the rifle, and we see that they have just as many problems over there. Now, that doesn't mean that B doesn't work. They just have only tried it in one new way. So options on the board for OpTic. It's just they've got to figure out what works. And the really sad part is that they do get the plants on A. It's just that the easy part of the round is where they struggle.
This round, you'll see them back on Tech 9's armor, except for the Deagle in the hands of Nafly. They managed to make their way inside this side again, but Sick is still alive inside there. Manages to get the first one, but Daps will get the Tech 9 frag, try to pick up the gun right after. He's actually trying to push towards CT spawn, and Semphis is going to stop him. Nafly moving up with that Deag as well. And Stanislaw just creeping up as the last man with the bomb on his back.
Yeah, that's actually kind of weird because, yeah, they probably were banking on getting a plan at the very least, and so I'm not sure what his plan was. It seemed like he just made his way back to A. I think when they started to make it out, maybe he wanted to go somewhere else. I'm not sure. Wasn't keeping tabs on him. But either way, they've got a couple rounds to work with right now. There's no point in doing economic damage. That means nothing. Everything now is bomb plans, round wins, and having enough money for the op that we see on Mixwell. So here is going to be their last opportunity for him to see that at least. And they've pretty much failed across the board when it comes to either side. Again, don't even have like a solid rifle round to look back on as a victory. Everything so far has been the rounds where they've been able to low buy or win the low buy, or versus the low buy, excuse me, and save themselves from converting the pistol. But that's about it. OpTic or TSM have been outclassing them on their sight holds.
Nice shot by Automatic. Aggressive peek from that pillar side, looking up towards the window room of the B bomb side, and takes down Stanislaw to start things off. Incinerator Grenade forcing Daps to fall back in his tracks. And the bomb doing the same thing. Actually, it's moving all the way back towards T spawn to meet up with his two players up on A ramp and Palace respectively. And Daps is going to do the same and probably try to take mid control right after, as they're going to try to split inside this A bomb side. But for the CT side, Op is still strong for Semphis. He takes down Mixwell. And then Finesse, nice tap in the face of Nafly. Rush, the last man standing.
Wow.
And Finesse says, "You do not cross." Says, "No ticket for you." Headshot from that spot, and we're moving into the last round of the first half.
Wow, absolute beast mode so far from TSM. Huge kills coming out from everybody, just looking very strong all of a sudden. You know, a team that just didn't look so great on the first map, their map pick, then came back and bit hard on the second one. I mean, we were talking bad, like won both pistols and lost 16-7 bad, and then came back and now are looking like a brand new roster.
Look at his confidence. 2 ops, 1 auto sniper, no respect. Sick down to 16 HP, or 18 rather, and things will change now. Aggressive push up towards the A side, and it seems to be working well. They take down Semphis. Sick is down very low on HP, but Twist is still alive. That's 1 kill, traded out by Mixwell. Bomb is now planted. Finesse is already moving up. Counter flash is coming through from the T side. And I think at this point, they have enough time to fall back into good positions. That Incinerator Grenade is going to force Rush out, but nobody else on the crossfire to take him down. They're still going to try to go for it, of course, because they have so much money to work with. And not only that, it's the last round of the first half, rather. So Sick is going to be now the last man standing with the auto sniper, and that's going to end it with Mixwell going to work with the Galil. And we're ending the first half 10-5 in that overconfidence double up auto sniper play from TSM bit them in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like disrespectful, right? They were just, you know, playing their advantages, the economic advantage, the fact that on Mirage you have a lot of ways to use an auto and fall back to safety, take take, shoot a lot of bullets that almost kill each player each time.
Yep.
And still, OpTic Gaming were able to just hit it off an AXU. How many times, though, do you see like a team just go on a huge streak and then just the last round for no reason is lost, right? It happens all the time.
And that could be the momentum there for OpTic Gaming right after, right? When now that they're taking the CT side. I mean, we see how well Team Solomid have been playing, but they still have 5 rounds on T side for OpTic Gaming. We'll see what's going to happen in that pistol round, but so far, Automatic, where he's been, for me, quiet in a few maps, in a few matches that we've seen, has been on point with that op for the CT side to help out TSM rather.
Yeah, he's been a huge member of the team. I mean, he's had very palpable impact in this half, and his op is a huge reason that they've won rounds. He made it really hard to go B. He even made it hard to go A when he was at B.
Yeah.
Right, having presence on Cat, that was the first round we saw him really come to life. So he's a player to watch. Also, Semphis has been able to accumulate many op frags at many points in the rounds.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things, and again, it's everyone pitching in. Here's a highlight from FNS on the second round.
Yeah, and unfortunate for that, though, TSM, when they won that round on pistols, they got ecoed back, and that's where OpTic Gaming started to snowball a few rounds. But then it finally got melted by Team Solomid, winning, 8-9 rounds in a row right after that. So,
wow.
I mean, TSM did a great job here on the CT side. And not only that, but Twist is 18-8 so far.
True.
On the first half. So, not bad for Twist on his first LAN with all these matches that he's played so far.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. I mean, his just stats overall have been unreal. I mean, he's had a couple of weaker maps on the first day.
Yeah.
He's overcome that. Like, he's just he's at home right now.
Well, pistol round is now underway. Team Solomid going for a full-out push outside the A-bomb site. It is going to be Sick, FNS, Twist, Semphis, and Automatic. A retake game for OpTic Gaming. All the way moving back from B to A. It is Daps, Mixwell, Nafly, Stanislaw, and Rush. And 4 guys about to move up the staircase of the CT spawn. Can it be good enough here for Team Solomid to hold? They do have 1 guy on the other side of the ticket booth, and that is going to be Sick. Already gooshed down to 13 HP. Looks like they predicted that. But that clock is slowly ticking down. They do have 1 kit on the back of Nafly and a nade to work with as well. Good positioning inside the winter room. And that retake seems to be working so far here for OpTic Gaming. That full defuse kind of come through, and it's going to work. 3 guys are on the site. They get the defuse. Finesse cannot get anything more than that. Gets a 1-2, maybe going for some money kills here if he can. But it's at 2, and I don't get it, actually. They get they make it inside the site. They get a bomb plant, but they pushed all the way out to angles where they actually couldn't launch the bomb.
No, yeah, they were just like, the bomb was planted for CT, but they didn't have CT control. They only planted there because they were afraid they weren't going to be able to get the bomb down. But they had connector control. They had jungle. They just didn't know who was at mid. If they only knew where the rotates were coming out of, they would have certainly planted on the opposite of triple instead of in front of it. And that just favored OpTic Gaming, who decided to retake from CT without that information.
Well, from that bomb plant, you'll see a force buy from Team Solomid. They do have an AK in the hands of Twist. Finesse only going with the bomb on his back and a Glock, so guy with no armor, no guns, and they're executing inside A. Nice incendiary grenade, though. That's maybe going to force them to think again to try to push out. Actually, they made it out before. Tried to go for the bomb plant, but instantly dispatched by Stanislaw is Finesse. Automatic trying to push through. Sick going to work onto Mixwell. It's a 4 versus 4. Nafly pushing down towards that connector side. And that is going to be all there is to it. 4-2 in terms of situation. 2-minute advantage. Make that a 3-minute advantage. And that force buy does not come in fruition for TSM, as OpTic Gaming will possibly play against a full save this time of TSM.
Yeah, and that's 3 in a row now for OpTic Gaming, so still the CT side to look forward to, but after such a dominant half on CT side from Solomid, you'd expect they would be able to make a showing here. Now, it does make me wonder, because of the tilt that we see from OpTic, you know, we hear them literally slamming their desks after dying on some of these rounds, so you can tell that the mental game has been a struggle for them. Just feels like they were almost out of it, but maybe have found a bit of solace in winning that pistol and can reset.
Well, Mixwell, the new pickup or the latest addition to OpTic Gaming, trying to prove his worth here as a new 5th. He only gets 1 kill with the NP9, but at least the rest are there to help out. Denies the bomb plant from an incendiary grenade, and they're slowly coming back in this one.
Yeah, potential for it. Now, it's going to be TSM to pull out the buy here. No op potential for it. OpTic are going to know this. They're going to recognize that they were able to just melt a bunch of players coming out of Palace, and that Team Solomid are totally preparing themselves to try to buy. Having the bomb plant could have supplemented a few more grenades, maybe the potential for different weaponry, but instead, it hasn't.
Even at this point, there's enough economy for them to go for an AWP, but I think because they haven't lost enough players, they can't really buy that op right now for Mixwell. So it's going to be sort of an advantage, I still think, for TSM in terms of AK versus 2 submachine guns that OpTic Game are currently holding. But again, it's because of the amount of kills they've gotten with these SMGs so far would be enough for them to go for a buy in the next round. 10-8 our score. Bomb is going to get picked up, and they're trying to take this mid control for TSM. Counter flash is coming through, so they have a decent setup now for the CT side. They actually have 3 guys watching it, so that's Snapfly playing from the window, Stanislaw playing from the connector, and Rush playing from the catwalk. And here comes that execution from Team Solomid to take that mid control. But it's only going to be Stanislaw, the one remaining to actually hold that area, and as soon as he actually strays back out, there's going to be a terrorist player waiting for him right there, and that's Twist on the top of that. As the smoke dissipates, the peek comes out, and there you go. Automatic is there to save him, and even that Semphis made it out unscathed. Meanwhile, though, we still have a 4-on-4 situation as Twist was dropped by Nafly, sorry, as now we're going to try to move inside this B bomb site, committing in here. Get right spot is now occupied by 2 players of TSM. Sick moving down towards the van as well, but a big flank by Mixwell, making it a 1 versus 1. 14 seconds left on the clock, puts an incendiary grenade right onto that bomb, making it 10 seconds left. Sick's gonna have to pick it up through that molly, run inside the site, and go for the plant.
Wow, critical moment in this 1v1 now. Sick is gonna look for the peak. He's going to try to get some info. It's actually traded. Mixwell finds him first and sees him crossing back, actually secures it. That's a big one for OpTic. That's going to be a big sigh of relief for them. It's Solomid who haven't put together a round in this half, and OpTic to win the first clutch round. Now, Solomid, after that plant, money-wise, are going to be okay. I mean, they might just consider buying and are very used to buying low. It looks like they will make that decision. Naf, wow, getting a kill through the smoke in the window. Definitely contributed to their success there for sure. And 1 away from tying up now. Oh, this is a really rough buy.
Yep.
It's actually Finesse and Twist to have gone for the pistol. Wow, why does Twist have it? Someone's just got to be like, Twist, here's an AK, bro. Like, give me that CZ. I know you'll do good with it.
Maybe he's that third guy, because he has all the utilities, right? So he's going to have to execute those. They're going to use Sick and Finesse to move in first. He's going to try to bait him out, pick up an AK left from his teammates if they die. But as they execute inside B right now, incendiary grenades were countered. Lots of mollies, or rather incendiary grenades being thrown in. And only one guy is going to be able to make it across, and that's going to be Twist. And there you go. He only has that CZ. He's stuck towards that van. The flash is coming out. Rush lines one up, but also it's going to be Daps that steals 1 kill away, and that's a full deny there from OpTic Gaming onto TSM from that push from upper B.
Ooh, that was a truly rough execute where it seemed like Twist just decided to go out at past the molly, and the comms must have been obstreperous in that moment because I'm not sure that everybody was on the same page. And, you know, him getting that far out, he was able to do it with his HP and managed to stay alive, but you could just see the dissonance in what the strategies were, and the fact that, you know, we have one player in a situation where he's grouped with 4 and he's doing something new, something that maybe they didn't talk about, maybe something they didn't feel like they agreed with, means that it just made the whole execute kind of look like it should have never worked in the first place. And for that reason, I think we saw it fail.
Well, here's the execute of Team Solomid. Full out smokes all across the map for them to try to get a bomb plan here for A main. And Finesse will be able to do so. So the full gun round with a 5-man take to the site, but the first one to fall is going to be automatic. Quickly traded out though by Twist on the top of the balcony, and he's going to look for some cover under it. That's a smoke coming in from the jungle side, and he's watching it across as Nafly is moving up there on that angle. Spots him and gets the kill. Knows that one's towards Sandwich as well. Gets that second one, actually stolen by Daps. Finesse still alive here at A-Ramp. Spams Rush. Sick trying to watch it here from that catwalk, but doesn't connect, but at least Finesse does. Now it's a 2 versus 2. He loses that fight. Sick is going to be forced to move up. He gets the kill, but then Daps moves in right after, and that's a 3K for
Oh my
Daps.
God.
That's huge.
Does
Does he have enough time?
He
He
doesn't have
doesn't.
it. Wow, and he dies with the bomb, and TSM win that off the back of a 1v1. They play the afterplant into a way that actually results in a round win, something that OpTic Gaming couldn't do in their first half. Is it symbolic? We'll find out. They did manage to pull it off. I mean, it's going to have to be more decisive in the future, but at first I was really worried, right? Because Sick is over here at mid on Cat trying to trying to hit shots with his Galil from long range. That's not something you want to, not a position you want to be in. But that came down to the last moments there. Daps unable to get to it quick enough and ends up dying, even though it seemed like him hitting that shot at that moment was like, all right, you just barely won the round, but nope.
It would have been interesting to see as well how close Stanislaw was to that defuse, because he stuck it. And Daps actually had to move in quickly to get that kill onto A ramp. Manages to do so, but that gives a chance for Sick to move up to just get an open pick onto the bomb diffuser. But OpTic Gaming this round still able to buy, as they have won 5 rounds in a row on the CT side so far. So doing a little bit better actually than TSM did on that first half when they got that second round on that force by pistol, but nothing more after that. So a pretty close game actually in this third map.
OpTic Gaming are in a great place if they win this round because of that clutch. 2 1v1s, however, so their money isn't looking so great either. This is a critical moment, round-defying, or map-defying round.
Mixwell's out in the open. One flash is going to fully blind him, and Stanislaw playing towards that firebox. Now his position is given away to push up towards that connector as well, and the A side is almost open. Naf is still there. He's going to try to go for the Incendiary Grenade in it to the firebox, but little does he know that his opponent already moved out. So he's still trying to commit inside the site here to get a bomb plant. Nafly is peeking back up. What a shot by Finesse there on the top of the balcony. Now Rush is going to try to move up towards that connector, and he's going to do the same. The Incendiary Grenade was just too little too late. 2 guys playing back now towards that firebox, so they're going to play the bait game, especially after Sick dying. I don't think they'll even check that, so this is going to be a huge position now for TSM. Never mind. Another Incendiary Grenade. Rush picks him off, and now it's a 2 versus 2.
Don't worry, I was with you on that one. But no, Daps gets a kill, and actually the retake comes out. Wow! Unbelievable. What is that, 2v... Was that 2v5? Or was it 2v... It was 2v4, 2v5.
2v4.
Oh my gosh. And that was just such an important round. Such an important round. The money right now, bad. Reset for Solomid. They're going to make a decision here on whether or not they want to just spend it all, and it seems like Semphis has decided to just force up off the back of it. Really rough, really rough. They've got a lot of nades. I think OpTic can make the decision here, or make the read that there's potential for kind of a YOLO force-up to come their way, and all they have to do is play safe. If they think that's the case, and Stanislaw opens it up, looking really good. 2 kills through the smoke. Naf and Stan tethering off each other at mid. Semphis trying to open it up at B. No, Rush shuts him down. It looks like they're getting no traction out of this round. FNS now alone with the bomb. Full nades in a Tech 9. HP won't save him.
At this point, throw as much as you can from your utilities, because that's so much money wasted there after he gets picked off by Daps. So now OpTic Gaming back in the lead.
Oh my god, that retake just put Solomid in such a bad position, and they decided to force up last round, did absolutely nothing with it. Basically made it just an economy building round for OpTic, so no plant, no kills. And now OpTic Gaming get a free round, and the double save is real. So that they're, after this, one rifle round away from getting match point.
Yeah, I mean, the mission that they want right now, as they had these P250s, is just get that bomb plant now. They get that bomb plant, they add $800. If they lose a round on top of the bonus that they get for losing 3 rounds in a row, you'll look good for the next round to buy. If not, like you said, might be a double save, but knowing how usually Semphis calls it, you might even see them go for some sort of force buy with pistols or Galils. At this point, though, they're pushing through, and the bomb is still trying to make its way towards the A side, and totally denied there towards the A side. So OpTic Gaming 13-11, 2-point lead. And actually, you know what? They do have enough money to buy no matter what. So you'll see the full AKs coming through from Team Solomid. But they bought all the way down here to 0.
Yeah, but this is it. Like, they're going to have if OpTic Gaming win right here, they have Solomid have to make the decision to buy next round, right?
It's going to be dangerous now for Team Solomid. pressure is on for them. I mean, they have to win this round without many casualties, and Sick is going to be the first one to get spotted, forced out of position as he was trying to go for some early aggression inside Palace.
And all 10 players from OpTic were able to survive in both of the last rounds.
Yeah.
An entire set of rebuys.
That's 5 and 5, of course, to make it 10. Not 10 players. But at this point, when they saw Sick at the beginning of the Palace side, he walked all the way back towards upper B, and they will try to execute in there. So far, any rushes that they tried towards this B site was totally denied. Can it work this time? Two of them decide to fall back towards this mid to take the mid control, and it's going to be a B and catwalk take, unless they drop down the overpass. But as it's smoked all the way and deep up on that connector side, you will see them move in towards B. So Daps is on the top. Big flash coming through. He has the great corner. But we're moving up on Cat. He gets the first kill on to Twist. Gets the second one, including the bomb carrier. This is going to be it. Rush gets a double kill himself, and Nafly sweeps up the fifth rather. And now it is 14-11.
3 rounds in a row where they had 5 players alive. That's just like, if that's not a nail in the coffin, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Solomid have had 1 clutch round in this half, 1v1, and other than that, have done nothing good. And the thing is that one of the rounds they should have won was a 2v5. One round, they had 5 players alive and lost every single person to a 2-man retake.
And there you go. If it wasn't that previous round where you see the forced buy from Team Solomid, it's going to be this round here. So they don't really want to play for the tie. They want to try to get those pistol wins, and can it work? They're pushing all the way up towards this connector side. We have 2 of them dead. Or should I say low, and make that 2 of them dead, 1 from each side. Rush and Sick falling down, 1 peeking out towards that window side. It's going to be Nafly, drop and Twist. Ball on the back of Automatic. But they're trying to take control of this A site. They still have 1 playing towards Trip Bach. Finesse looking back towards this connector side. Now as he finally peeks out, Automatic gets the kill onto Mixwell, and that opens up the A site. But Stanislaw is just at the staircase. As the smoke dissipates, what a shot by Finesse. 3 versus 2 now. Nafly and Dams trying to move up towards this staircase. Bomb is going to attempt to get planted here for Catwalk with success. Both of them on the CT side, now moving inside A. Both of them now spotted, but 2 of them now dead. Finesse with only 5 HP cannot get anything done. And Nafly puts OpTic Gaming at series point against Team Solomid.
A series point, wow. Oh, wow, what a rough second half for Solomid. Another retake lost, and it has been a game of retakes, right? It was Solomid to do it in the first half, and OpTic Gaming to do it in the second, and maybe even in a bigger, better way. Ultimately winning a very important round, and that afforded them a couple of free ones, and that's something that allowed them to get even the 5 rounds they had in the first half. Solomid just having a more abysmal T side than OpTic, and that's kind of one of the storylines right now.
Let's talk about it, because we talk about the first half where Semphis was killing it. Twist was killing it. Automatic was killing it. Now Twist this half only has 1 kill. He was 18 and 8. Now he's 19 and 19. At least Mixwell falls down at the beginning of this round. Little glimpse of hope right now for TSM as a trade happens inside the A bomb site, but still 1 guy under the balcony. And that is going to be Rush.
This spot is so overpowered for killing someone on Tetris. Yep. Someone drops out of Balk, you're kind of stuck, but it looks like he's not been spotted.
To cover you too, though. He does have Nafly by the staircase.
I think Sick might have spotted a shoulder from Naf. And Automatic has the potential to get this kill. Rush gets 1. And that just leaves Automatic all alone. 1v3. He's got to get this frag. He's the only one who can bail his team out right now, 1v3. He is the player that you want last alive, has plenty of utility in this moment, and is looking for the first frag, but can't find it.
Unfortunately, TSM loses the 3rd map, 16-11. And OpTic Gaming will move on right now, but what a nice series so far. And a nice comeback, should I say, from OpTic Gaming. I mean, it looks so strong for TSM with the way that they've been playing those retakes towards that A bomb site, but it seems as though it's been mirrored here on that second half, Wanders.
Yeah.
OpTic Gaming did exactly the same thing, just doing such a great job on the retake towards the A site, and also denying any pushes towards B.
Yeah, I mean, they just shut it down. I mean, it was basically, it just goes to show you, right? You have the opportunity to play both halves, right? You're going to play CT side if that's what you want, and TSM showed us that they were very comfortable on CT side, but the fact that they gave up 5 rounds was just too many. They didn't have a T side that could stand up to the OpTic CT side, and I think they were very surprised to find that.
Yeah. And when I mentioned how Twist only had 1 kill on that second half, he went 1 and 9 or something like that, right, to make it 19 and 19. We also had Semphis, because I said how Semphis was choking a little bit on that second half on T side, and also Automatic. I think Semphis had 3 kills, and Automatic had 4 kills moving into that round where we're talking about. So if anything, it was vice versa.
Yeah.
But those 3 players who were key players on the CT side were absent on T's.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering if it's because there weren't, well, I guess it was. They weren't able to play those pulse plants, just like OpTic had that struggle in that first half. But OpTic was just able to play that CT side a little bit better, which gave them that win.
Yeah, basically.
So, I mean, great job at least on the other side, OpTic. We had Stanislaw that stepped up as well, so such a great job for them there. But it looks like I think we're going to throw straight to the interview instead of going to the desk first. So if I'm not mistaken, we might have Sprawl down there with an interview with Mixwell.
Thank you so much, guys. I am here with Mixwell again. OpTic able to take that best of 3. Of course, maybe not the way you had planned it out. Talk us a little bit through Overpass for 1. How did that pan out for you guys?
Well, the most important thing is that after losing pistol round and first gun round, we cut them and we got all their guns. And from that, we controlled the game. And I think we did 9 rounds in a row, or 7, and then 1 more. And yeah, pretty much.
Right. So again, and then moving into Cash, not going your way. What happened there? Obviously, a 16-8 scoreline, not what was planned in the books, being your map choice.
Yeah. I'm impressed by the second round because they were not stacking B, and 2 people killed 4 with CZs. That was insane. And then we didn't play our game, to be honest. We didn't hit shots. We had a bad round where we had a team kill and everything was going wrong. So I think that's why we lost Cash.
Fair enough, fair enough. So moving out of Mirage, though, of course, coming back from 10-5 at half, pretty brilliant way to come back. Was there a talk at halftime? We know we can come back, or what was the comms like there?
We didn't say anything in the halftime about comeback. We knew that we can come back, obviously, on Mirage City side. So we just talked about how to play the pistol round. We won it. And yeah, we never gave up.
Fair enough. So a little bit into the personal questions here. You're new to North America and that you've been here for about a month now. And you're living with Daps, correct? How is that going?
I like it. He's a great teammate. His family is all right. I have no problem. But
do you get breakfast in bed? Is there any of that kind of stuff? Coffee brought to you?
No. I make my own breakfast and my food and everything. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. Go and celebrate with the guys. And we're going to throw back to the desk here to see what they have to break down.
All right. Thank you very much, Sprawl. Very nice interview once again from Mixwell, keeping it clean. Guys, let's talk a little bit about this match. It was getting a little bit scary there for the OpTic fans. Big moments, but I think moral of this story, we talked about it coming over to the desk. Natfly really struggled game 2, top fragger in the entire server game 3. What was the difference for his game, James?
I think he went back to the basics and just played great. I mean, I know it's really broad, but he just wasn't in the server. He seemed disconnected for the first match. Mirage is one of his better maps, so he played strong.
Strong play from Natfly. We saw really Rush was kind of the key for me. I know we have some replays to go through a little bit later, but Garrett, before we get to Rush in the second half, what did you see in the first half? How did we get to 10-5?
Well, you know what? TSM actually did a really good job of doing retakes of A, especially when basically OpTic got the bomb down A several times, like maybe 4 times, I believe, where they actually allowed them to retake. We have some bird's eye view of this. This is not the round I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of even the gun rounds, but just in general, they lost every retake of A. And we'll actually have another clip of this coming up where TSM is going to be on the flip side, where their T side, and you're going to see a difference, which James will elaborate on why they were able to win on the retakes, holding the site compared to how OpTic did it. So you'll see another one after this, but basically, it just seems like when everyone's basically dying, there's no one trading. It's just 1 for 1 for 1. It's just slow, and eventually, you're going to see the next one coming up. again, it's another retake. It's 4-5. It was 5-5. And James, I think you can just take this one over.
So with the smokes they laid down for the bomb, you can see that they generally didn't have a post-plant strategy. Nafly went in there and flanked too quickly. So it's usually about planting the bomb and then having 2 or 3 layers of a defense when you're talking. You essentially become CT and you talk and you say, okay, all right, we have a post-plant set up. Okay, pop flash for me at a certain area, carve out map control. You don't just go and hide and just wait literally for the timer. You have to be a little bit more reactive than that. So you could see that their timing was off and their communication was off.
And this was really the match right here, right? It was 10-10, and then you see Sick unable to hit the shots. Finesse is able to get 2, and then it's Daps and Rush. Daps staying alive, big kill there on Sick, and OpTic Gaming able to kind of run away with this one. You heard the comms from Wanders during that moment. He's like, this is the round. This is kind of the match-defining round.
Yeah, they actually, TSM actually pulled that round and won the retake, the holding of the site. But what you didn't, maybe if you didn't notice it, they had a guy middle who's going to be basically the lurk and just chill and try to shoot the guys in the side while they're trying to retake the site. But once he went down early, Sick made a brilliant move by actually noticing what just happened. He was on T ramp in A. He decided to go flank all the way back around, took the long route, and he was the one that ended up getting that 2-on-1 win by killing the diffuser. And if he didn't do that play, he would have been stuck on A ramp the whole time, and he probably just wouldn't brushed off. But him making that individual smart play, won that round, even though that was the last round they won. That's a proactive move that you want to see more players take.
That was the difference in the play where the timing was off for the post plant. Basically, he went earlier in connector. OpTic went too early. So.
Yeah, that guy middle, whoever's in middle when you have a plant in the site and they are retaking, whoever is middle or connector that's basically lurking, his job is to survive as long as he possibly can, or he wants to either distract or he doesn't want them to know he's there. So you have to choose which one you want to do. That's basically a team decision. But if he is going to be distracting, then he needs to stay alive as long as he can. If he's hiding, then also
he's
the one that's going to be the clutch or the shooting in the back while everyone else is taking the heat.
So the replay I thought was coming didn't show up. But, guys, how did OpTic close this one out? Let's just wrap this, put a bow on day number 2.
Well, OpTic started to do... I actually drawing a blank real quick. Good. Watched so much CS today.
OpTic played good counter.
Great CS. No, seriously, remind me.
OpTic was just solid on the CD side. They didn't do anything fancy. They just played passive.
Okay.
It was more about TSM not having the T side needed to win the rounds because they lost 10-1 on this side.
They just pretty much got it. It really came down to OpTic really just playing solid CT side like they have. Pretty much all LAN.
It wasn't fancy. It was just they let them come to him and they used their skill and used the TSM's probably lack of maybe post plants, like awareness of getting the bomb down. It just seemed like when they were trying to attack the site, it was sloppy. And OpTic just had to hold like a 2-1-2 and just held strong.
Yeah, that's what we were going to compare. Now I remember what the Q was going to be.
There it is. There it is.
Basically, it was going to show you the discrepancy in TSM's inability to basically hold the post plan eventually, and then they just got worked on. It was NACS.
It was NACS.
Oh, we got to throw that one out.
No,
You're getting lazy, James, but I forgive you. It's been 12 hours that we've been in the venue. Guys, we're going to wrap up this show by walking you through what happened today. We're going to start with Group A. Here's a look at the bracket. Of course, we started yesterday with the group play. We finished today. Tempo Storm beating NRG secured the first spot in the bracket, but then it was Solomid with the comeback going up against NRG. They're able to take that series 2-1. Over in Group B, it was all OpTic Gaming. They cruised, just losing 3 rounds on their way to the playoff bracket. Meanwhile, win out. They looked like a real threat. Selfless, another great comeback in this tournament. Selfless pulls out the win as the NA team makes it through to our Final Four. And here in the playoffs, you just watched the first of 2 winners round 1 matches. Tempo Storm plays Selfless tomorrow, but OpTic Gaming will take down TSM 2-1 here in the best of 3. Let's talk a little bit about overall strength. We know that this is double elimination playoff bracket. So if you're just joining us, you do have a second chance if you're TSM. Could we see TSM and OpTic Gaming playing for that second spot, assuming that Tempo Storm lives up to the hype and is able to secure the first?
Yeah, I think so, and I think we should talk about the emergence of Twist in his first LAN. I think the kid's a real star. He just started playing in ESEA in Open in January of 2015. So he's steadily progressed up the ranks, and I think that TSM, if they support him, they have a real star. So I think if it just in this land, the last 2 days, how he's progressed and how quickly he's progressed since last January.
And you were a hater at the beginning of the
I was.
the
I mean, I
tournament.
just didn't.
He made a believer out of you.
Yeah, he did.
He smiled so
Yeah.
much as soon as Twist came out of
Yeah,
James'
it's like,
mouth.
it's like, I mean, I'm a Twist fan now. Like
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Join the party. Thank you.
I was sad about NACS, but when I watched them play, I have hope that some good can
Let's
come
not
out
forget
of
about
it.
Sick either. He's
Yeah.
he's right there with Twist. It's not like it's one guy, one of the young kids playing better than the other one. It's like they're literally both playing way above what we thought they would play in. I thought they were going to do well, but they're playing way beyond my expectations.
Yeah, I think Semfis should be happy. I mean, I know we talked a little bit about their fragmented play, but if they get some support, Valens really works on developing them, understanding map control, allowing them to kind of spread their wings across the map and manage it individually, and then recollect as a team and hit bomb sites, or even possibly fake individually as two groups. They could do some damage.
All right, so TSM is in the losers bracket right now. They will play the loser of Selfless and Tepo Storm, which is going to start things off tomorrow. OpTic Gaming, one match away from earning a spot in the major qualifier. They will be playing the winner of that match. It all gets started tomorrow with the pregame show, 11:45. First match kicks off at noon, and we'll be going until all the games are said and done. It's NACS. We don't know what's going to happen, but we hope you join us day 3 tomorrow. It's going to be a fantastic Saturday. We'll see you bright and early in the morning.